Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys.
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
Do you know where we are and what happened and the story so far?
Well, we are in Isaiah.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, he just got done talking about the Egyptians and how they're going to get fucked over and stuff. And
Something
things
like
are going to go bad. And I'm really fucking confused.
Yeah, we're going to do some summaries on our Q&A Saturday.
Yeah, like sometimes I don't really care about the Q&As sometimes, but this time I'm like really ready for the Q&A.
We have a week's worth of what the fuck did I just read?
Yeah, I feel bad. Like I'm listening to you read it, and I'm like, I don't know what they're saying. I don't know what's going on.
And this is supposed to be the easy version. Yeah,
I mean, I get some of it, but like it's just there's a lot of really weird shit.
Yeah.
So I'm confused.
I am as well, dear.
All right. Well, I'm glad I'm not alone.
No, you're not.
So we just got done reading Isaiah chapter 19.
Sure as fuck did.
Which means that today we're going to be reading
Isaiah chapter 20.
Well, let's do it.
Okie dokie. All right, here we are getting into Isaiah chapter 20.
Okay.
In the year that the supreme commander sent by Sargon, king of Assyria.
Jesus, when did we get into fucking Lord of the Rings?
Right? Jeez, this is crazy. So when that guy that year came to Ashdod and attacked and captured it.
Okay. That year. Okay, I got it.
So that's
the year
yes,
that we're talking about.
At that time, the Lord spoke through Isaiah, son of Amoz.
Just at that time, though. Not the rest of the times.
That year.
That year, at that time, when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the Lord spoke through Isaiah.
Well, I mean, we're on chapter 20, so they're like, hey, let us not forget these last 19 chapters, this is when they happened, okay? You got this, guys?
Are you sure this is the whole, this is all based on this one day, this one time?
No, not this one day, this one time period.
Okay, all right.
During this time period, all of this shit was taking place.
All right, if you say so. Okay.
I mean,
I feel like he's been talking to Isaiah for a long time, and they're just like they're wanting to really emphasize that that God dude was like talking to Isaiah right then and here at this point in time. They're like this bit's really important.
All the other ones weren't, but this one is.
You need to know God was talking through Isaiah right here, right now.
Right here, right now.
On this time at that place.
Right here, right now. Okay. He said to him.
Okay.
That's pronoun abuse, just so we know.
God said to Isaiah.
God said to Isaiah, take off the sackcloth from your body and the sandals from your feet.
So he's getting naked now?
Ooh, naked wild man. Here we go. And he did so. Going around stripped and barefoot.
Is that what it says?
That is what
That's
it
what
says.
it says. Oh,
That's
okay.
what it says.
Okay. All right.
Then the Lord said, just as my servant Isaiah has gone stripped and barefoot for 3 years. What?
Dude walked around naked for 3 years?
What the fuck? That takes David's dance, like David's
a whole new
naked
level.
ding dong bouncing dance
Yeah.
that's nothing.
No.
That's nothing.
3 fucking years of nakedness.
I did not see that coming.
That is crazy.
I'm so sorry, but I'm quite taken aback.
What would happen today if somebody was like, God told me to be naked for 3 years?
3 years!
That person would not be on the streets, I can tell you that.
They would not.
No.
That prophet would be locked the fuck up.
Yes.
And not naked. like opposite of naked, unless they manage to escape to a nudist colony right quick.
There you go. Yeah,
that would be acceptable.
Maybe Isaiah is prophesying on a nudist colony.
Okay.
Or maybe just everybody's crazy back then, and they're just like, "There's that naked dude."
There goes someone. Yeah, you know how prophets be.
We should totally listen to naked dude because God's talking to him today.
I mean,
I heard he's talking to him today.
Like,
anyway.
Listen to this. You have to know what the fuck you're talking about if you're naked because you got that confidence. Like,
right,
I'm not walking around naked.
You got that naked swag,
right?
Yeah,
that naked swag. That's rad. Okay. So just as my servant Isaiah has gone stripped and barefoot for 3 fucking years.
Because barefoot's the important part.
Yeah.
Not the part that where his dick's hanging out.
Right. As a sign and portent against Egypt and Kush, so the king of Assyria will lead away, stripped and barefoot, the Egyptian captives and Kushite exiles, young and old, with buttocks bared to Egypt's shame.
So, okay. All right. So Assyria is going to lead away the Egyptians naked and barefoot and you know, all that shit.
The king of Assyria is going to be naked and he's going to be like, "Come along, Egypt, let us go."
We know this though because God is talking through Isaiah and he made him be naked for 3 years. Just like those people are going to be when this happens.
Right.
That's how we know because Isaiah's naked now.
Right.
This is going to happen to the Egyptians. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I just wanted to clarify
exactly
how we know what's happening here to the Egyptians.
That is exactly
I mean,
correct.
This is totally clear in my head, right? You? I mean, this makes total sense, right?
This is the best chapter of this book so far. Like, I understand what's happening right now.
Sadly, we understand what's happening right now. Yes.
I just needed a little bit of nudity.
Nudity fixes everything.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, so God is still talking, okay?
Okay.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Those who trusted in Kush and boasted in Egypt will be dismayed and put to shame.
Okay.
In that day, the people who live on this coast will say, "See what has happened to those we relied on, those we fled to for help and deliverance from the king of Assyria. How then can we escape?" The end.
Oh, that was abrupt. I don't even know what fucking coast he's talking about, though.
Does it even
it's
matter?
Just that coast.
They're gonna be like, "Whoa, those people are fucking naked. How the hell are they gonna help us?"
Right, yeah.
I mean, that's what they're saying, right?
I guess. Somebody fled. I'm assuming. I'm not really sure who fled where. Okay. Was it the Ethiopians that fled to Egypt, or was it the Israelis that fled to Egypt, or somebody fled to Egypt?
Whoever the fuckers were that trusted in Kush, and whoever the fuckers were that boasted in Egypt.
Yeah,
they're going to be dismayed and put to shame. That's what it says.
And they're going to be naked.
Yes. In that day, the people who live on this coast, wherever this coast is, they're going to say, "See what has happened to those fuckers that we relied on? We fled to all those fuckers for help and deliverance from Assyria, and they're all naked and shit."
Okay.
What even?
So God's still using Assyria as a tool now and fighting against the Egyptians. At least at some point in the future, according to Isaiah, who's naked.
Yes. Well, the title of this chapter in this little thing here, you know, when we already talked several books ago that the titles that I'm reading are not attached to the chapters, like they were...
Right, they were thrown in after the fact.
Yes.
Right.
Like they were not originally part of the document.
Sure. But
sorry.
Sometimes they help clarify.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This chapter, with that caveat, is called Assyria to Conquer Egypt and Ethiopia.
Okay.
So that's
Assyria
what's happening.
Is still a tool, even though I thought we were talking about God fighting or like dismantling Assyria at some point earlier.
Right.
But now we're talking about them fighting against Egypt and Ethiopia.
It sounds to me like everybody gone kung fu fighting.
Right. Yeah, no, there's a lot of fucking war going on.
Yeah.
And or war that's going to be going on.
Yes.
And
lots of nakedness.
Lots of nakedness. Yeah.
We heard about some Ashera poles at one point.
They were going to tremble, remember?
Those Ashera poles were going to shake and quake.
Yes, they were.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess everybody's, they're gonna be naked.
Doobie doobie doo 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 doo. I guess.
Right. All right. Well, anyway, that was Isaiah chapter 20.
It sure as fuck was. What a delightful departure from what we've been reading.
Yeah. No, that was fun.
Great way to end the week.
Right. So, what will we be doing tomorrow then?
Okay, so tomorrow is Q&A Saturday, and we're gonna find out what the fuck we've been reading all week, except for this one today that we understood because there was nudity.
Which I'm very excited about because I honestly am a little bit lost.
Right.
But I did appreciate the nakedness today.
Yes.
So there's that.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll be doing that tomorrow on Saturday, and then on Sunday we'll be doing
Sacrilegious Book Club.
And I'll be getting the weekly wrap up together, and then we'll be back on Monday with
Isaiah chapter 21.
All right, we'll see you guys then.
Bye.
Hey wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my god. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.